Hello everyone, on this video I am going to discuss one of the most requested topic in my YouTube channel, that is mechanism of muscle contraction. Let's roll our title and go to the video topic. The mechanism of muscle contraction is explained using the sliding filament theory that everybody will be knowing of. And in the sliding filament theory, they are explaining that the actin filaments are sliding over the myosin filament by the cause of some kind of cross-bridge formation and cross-bridge breakdown. And that about actin and myosin will be discussing some other video. So here I am just going directly into that sliding filament theory, how the cross-bridge is formed and how the cross-bridge is breaking down and how much ATPs are used for that thing. To explain that thing, your NCERT textbook will be having a very beautiful diagram and it is well explained there itself. So let's discuss the diagram from NCERT textbook. In this diagram, you can see both kind of muscle fibers. So which are the muscle fibers? You know, there will be that actin will be there, and which is the actin fibers here. So this fiber that is shown, this is the actin fiber that is indicated, and this below one that is known as the myosin fibers. So you can see that in this filament there are actin and myosin filaments are seen, and in this actin and myosin filament, what is indicated there? You can see that the myosin head, you can see this myosin head here, that will be having a site for the binding of ATP. You can see that is an ATP binding site that is present on that myosin head. We can start our discussion by explaining this diagram here. So what is shown in this diagram? You can see that there is a myosin filament is there. This is the myosin, and above one this is the actin filaments, and you can see there is a single ATP molecule is coming and ATP is binding over that myosin head there. So what happened to the ATP? The ATP is remaining as ATP itself. Before we are going to the topic proper, let me explain that structure of the ATP in a simple glance. You have to understand that ATP will be having an adenosine and 3-phosphate attached to the adenosine there. And what is the specialty? You can see the bond between the second and third phosphate, that is this bond. What is the specialty of that bond? That is a high energy bond. So if we can break this bond, what will happen? The energy will be released, and that energy can be used for the biological activities. So what happens that you can see here in this first figure, the ATP is bounded over the myosin head, and what will happen? You can see that on the next figure, you can see the ATP will be hydrolyzed into ADP and phosphate. What happened? I told you that ATP will be having 3 phosphate, 1, 2 and 3 phosphate, and what happened? This third phosphate will be hydrolyzed, and what is happened? That will be converted into an adenosine diphosphate and a separate phosphate there. Can you see that? So it is shifted into adenosine diphosphate and a phosphate there. So I told you that third bond was a high energy bond. When it's breaking that thing, there will be energy will be released, and that energy will be used to bind this myosin to actin. With using that energy, what will happen? This myosin will bind to the actin here, and you can see in this third figure there is formation of a cross bridge. There is formation of a cross bridge. So how the cross bridge is forming? By breaking one ATP, or in simple or biological terms we'll be telling like by hydrolyzing the ATP, releasing the energy. Using that energy, the actin and myosin are bonded there, and the cross bridge is forming there. So you can see the cross bridge is formed here, and this is the cross bridge between the actin and myosin. And what is happening on the next step? You can see that at the time of that myosin and actin myosin cross bridge, there was the ADP and phosphate was present over this myosin. Can you see the ADP and phosphate was present there? And on the next step, the bounded ADP and phosphate will be released. You can see that what is happening there? The ADP plus phosphate is released out, and the release of ADP and phosphate from that myosin head, that will be leading to one pull over effect. There. So when it is pulling over, that myosin, that actin will be sliding over the myosin. Actin will be sliding over the myosin. That is one sliding will be occurring. So after the sliding, what is happening? You can see that after the sliding also, there is the cross bridge is still present. Can you see the cross bridge is still present after the sliding also? So what we have to do? We have to break down that cross bridge. So how the cross bridge will be broken down? We will be coming back to the initial figure itself. To break down that cross bridge, what we'll be doing? We have to bind another ATP there. Very, very important step here. So why that ATP is binding? The ATP is binding. ATP binds, and this ATP binds, that will be leading to breaking of cross bridge. cross bridge. So how the cross bridge is formed? My question is that how the cross bridge is formed. You can see that the cross bridge is formed here, and how the cross bridge was forming. Cross bridge was forming by the hydrolysis of ATP. You have to understand, when the ATP is hydrolyzed, the cross bridge will be formed, and after that, when the sliding will be occurring, when the ADP and phosphate is released, that will be causing the sliding. So how the cross bridge is breaking, a new ATP will be binding there. Okay, so I will explain this figure as a whole again, and with a summary here. So you have to understand that there will be lot of things are occurring, and this is occurring in a single glance. You have to understand, this is not a separate step. This is occurring in a single glance. It will be occurring. So how it will be going? I am telling, like, one ATP is bounded here and the ATP is hydrolyzed. So I am writing here this concept, that is ATP hydrolysis. ATP hydrolysis occurring. So ATP hydrolysis occurring, that will lead to cross bridge formation. Cross bridge formation. So how the cross bridge is formed? By the ATP hydrolysis. Okay, so then the next step after the cross bridge formation, next step is pull over, or that sliding should occur. So how the sliding will be occurring? You can see that here, that is written here, that is ADP and phosphate is released. ADP and phosphate is released, that will be leading to sliding. That will be leading to sliding or pull over or rotation. It is written here, sliding or rotation. So how the sliding or rotation is occurring? ADP and phosphate is released, that will be leading to sliding or rotation. So after the sliding or rotation, what is happening there? You can see that new ATP bounded, and what will happen if the new ATP is bounding? You can see that will be leading to cross bridge breakdown. So there are three very important steps are occurring, that is cross bridge formation. That is the one of the first step here. So how the cross bridge is formed? Cross bridge is formed by the energy released from that ATP hydrolysis. So second step is the sliding. How it will be occurring? The ADP and phosphate is released, that will be leading to the sliding. And third step, that is the cross bridge breakdown, that is by an ATP binding there. ATP binds, the cross bridge is broken, and it is ready for the next cycle of events will be occurring there. So I hope this thing is very clear. So my question is that how many ATPs are needed for complete cycle? So I am drawing one complete cycle. The complete cycle starts from here and it ends here. This is a complete cycle here. So how many ATPs are needed there? My answer is, there is only one ATP needed there. How it will come? Let's explain that. You can see there was an ATP was binding here for the cross bridge breakdown. The same ATP is hydrolyzed here, and after that, that you can see that ADP and phosphate was there, and the same ADP and phosphate is released here. Okay, so one ATP is bounded for that that is bounded for that cross bridge breakdown, that is getting hydrolyzed, that is released for that sliding, and for the next cycle a new ATP will be bounded, and that will be causing cross bridge breaking. So actually I am telling, for our easiness, our cycle will be starting here where the cross bridge is breaking down by binding of one ATP, and that will be hydrolyzed, that will be released for one sliding, and next ATP will be coming. So the point is that number of ATPs, you have to understand, number of ATP needed for one cycle, needed for one complete cross bridge formation, sliding and breakdown cycle is equal to how much is the number? Is equal to 1 there. So this is a very simple concept actually, but and everything is explained in this figure in a well oriented manner, and this is a repeated NEET question also, so you have to understand this thing in a proper manner. I hope this video helps you to understand this concept, and the other structure of that actin and myosin will be discussing in another video. For more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe this channel and press the bell button. And one more thing, I'll be teaching everything related to the human physiology in that upcoming DOPA app. DOPA app is available on the Play Store. You can download from that thing. You can subscribe that app there, and you will be getting entire classes from me itself. Okay, bye bye. We'll see on that next video.